Alright, I'm just going to do a quick video here on a Mr. Heater, model number MH125KT, but these heaters are all similar. So, issue I was having was I had good air pressure. The thing would fire up and run for about 5 minutes, eventually run out of breath, cool off, and go out. Did all the typical things. They had good air pressure, clean the fuel tank, clean all the filters, did all the normal stuff I've done to this thing for many years. The compressor was rebuilt last year, and the only way I can get it to stay running was to almost double the pressure of the air pump. So this thing runs at 5.5 psi. I had to run it at 10, and it actually made 10 pounds of pressure, but it still wasn't running right because it would still not get that cone as orange as it should be. So I took apart the nozzle, or I took out the nozzle, cleaned it with brake clean, put it back together, same results. What I didn't know was that nozzle is two pieces. You could pull the nozzle apart. As you can see here, I bought a new one, which I didn't need to. That head of that nozzle spins off of what you see on the stem where the O-ring is there. When you pull that apart, you'll find that there's a little like vortex-shaped tip for the air to pass through to mix with the fuel as it exits the nozzle. I took that apart and cleaned it up really good with some brake clean, part solvent, whatever you have. Reassembled it, and the thing runs great now. I got great heat. The cone glows orange as can be. And I've seen a lot of videos where people talk about not having air pressure, which is obviously, you have a bad hose, it leaks, the hoses are dry rotted, cracked, and leaking. Some photo eye issues and some other things, and I'm by no means an expert on these things. I've had this thing for over 10 years now, and it's been a pretty good machine. It keeps the garage nice and warm, but I've never seen a video where they talk about having to double the pressure, and if you ever run across this, I guarantee you it's going to be the tip. Try giving it a clean first. I would imagine what was happening, this thing was so carboned up that it was building air pressure and not atomizing correctly, obviously. And since I fixed this, there's no way this thing will build 10 pounds of air pressure again, but it did. It actually built 10 pounds of pressure, I would imagine, only because of the restriction in this nozzle, of the air restriction, through the veins of this nozzle. You could see, and you can kind of see the little grooves there in the back side of it. That's where the air enters. And yeah, like I said, see a lot of videos regarding low air pressure causing issues. This thing didn't have low air pressure. In fact, I had to double the air pressure that it normally runs at to get it to even run, but still not running correctly. This injector tip took care of it. I'm just going to keep this new one as a spare because I do believe the fuel spray does mess up over time, or it quits atomizing like it should. So I'll keep this, but like I said, if you have to crank your pressure up to get these to run, more than likely you have a clogged tip or clogged veins, but don't just run brake clean through it. Actually disassemble that tip. Like I said, it's actually two pieces. I just clamped mine in my vise lightly, and that head spun right off, and you can see it's a little tiny tip with a vortex built into it, or like a helix shaped deal that helps mix the air and the fuel together. So just a quick tip, and I'm sure this applies to any brand heater. Like I said, this is a Mr. Heater, but any brand of heater that uses this style tip. So all right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.